From illegal items to the most popular map of all time, this is the craziest banned maps in Fortnite history. First up, we have something not only bannable, but straight up illegal. In Season 4, Fortnite dropped Thanos onto the island, and it was absolutely insane. If you were lucky enough to find the Infinity Gauntlet, you'd literally become Thanos.
This is the best day of my life.
With 1000 health and insane OP weaponry, basically guaranteeing the win. It was so much fun.
Eat my lasers! This is the most epic thing in the world.
And players were devastated when Thanos and the Infinity Gauntlet were removed. But then, in Chapter 2, Season 6, he finally came back. Well, sort of. Someone stumbled upon a glitch in creative to somehow get the Infinity Gauntlet, and players were hyped.
Oh, we got Thanos again in Fortnite!
At first, it seemed like one of the greatest discoveries in the history of Fortnite. But little did they know, creating a map with this glitch wasn't just a bannable offense, it was illegal. Fortnite has strict contracts and licensing agreements with Marvel for collaborations like Thanos. And playing around with the Infinity Gauntlet wasn't just breaking the rules, it was breaking that legal contract. So not only could you get banned, you could potentially get yourself and Fortnite into big legal trouble. So while the Infinity Gauntlet might have been the ultimate power, trying to get it could end up paying the ultimate price. In Chapter 3, Season 4, McCreamy teamed up with the ultimate creative glitcher, and they found a way to glitch creative to let them use a ton of banned items. They unlocked a treasure trove of insane weapons, from the absolutely bonkers Xenon bow.
Oh, okay. I mean, I didn't even shoot at you, so...
To the completely overpowered and equally strangely named Brightcore the Jabberwocky. Some of these weapons were so ridiculous.
That is so goofy!
They felt like something straight out of another game entirely. Like this pistol that fires gnomes?
Why is it shooting gnomes?
But unfortunately, as fun as it was, Fortnite wasn't about to let these insane weapons run wild. So without warning, they banned the map entirely. Try searching for the map code now. All you'll see is this dreaded message. But if you thought McCreamy's glitch was wild, Lachlan found a way to take it to the next level.
Oh, epic!
Not only did he crack the code to access a ton of banned items,
There's over 100 unreleased weapons.
he also managed to get his hands on the two most mysterious weapons in Fortnite history. The troll launcher was crazy enough already, but the test god gun was on an entirely different level. This gun was never meant for players. Only developers were supposed to have access to it, and for good reason.
Yo, Scald Gun go crazy.
The test god gun had insane stats. This weapon could one-shot anything, from buildings to tanks, at any range. They weren't kidding when they called it the god gun. And just when you thought it couldn't get even crazier, Lachlan somehow managed to spawn Galactus into the game. But while it looked cool, it was actually super sketchy, since Galactus is a Marvel character under strict copyright protection. Messing with him wasn't just risky, it was breaking the law. When it comes to breaking the rules, Fortnite doesn't mess around. Anyone could have their maps banned, even Cypher PK. In the summer of 2024, Fortnite dropped Reload, a brand new game mode that was an instant hit. Players loved the fast-paced action. A nostalgic OG map. And this gave Cypher an idea. What if there was a Chapter 2 version? He wasted no time cooking it up.
We recreated basically what would be a Chapter 2 reload map with iconic POIs.
And it was a massive hit,
The map looks so good.
peaking at over 30,000 players. And it was easy to see why.
I
No,
need
I'm not
shotgun
gonna lie,
ammo,
this
guys.
is nostalgic.
Cypher and his team did an amazing job, but it wasn't long before it caught Fortnite's attention, and they were not happy. Turns out, recreating Fortnite's official locations like that is totally banned.
Epic Games sent us a message and they said that we are not allowed to use Chapter 2 POIs.
And Cypher was forced to change the map immediately or face severe consequences.
So we did. We made the shark into the Kraken. We made the agency into the office.
But that's not the only time Cypher has gotten in trouble over a creative map. You might recognize the Pit, a map where players grab their favorite weapons and then descend to battle it out with unlimited resources. At the map's peak, it had nearly 500,000 players. This was absolutely unbelievable. So Cypher PK decided to investigate, and you won't believe what he found. The map had fake items like mythic Zeus bolts,
Let me see if I can pick this up.
and it seemed like you could get them.
It says like and favorite to support, and then I can pick up the Mythic Thunderbolt.
But they were totally fake just to bait you into favoriting the map.
it's not letting me pick up the Mythic Zeus Thunderbolt.
This would usually be enough for a map to be banned already, but it was just the tip of the iceberg. With the success of the Pit, other map makers like Cypher took inspiration, but then, out of nowhere, things took a wild turn. Gearsy, the creator of the Pit, started copyright striking any map with Pit in the title, and Cypher PK was outraged. They had an argument, and things got seriously heated, but nobody really knows how it ended. Rumors swirled that Gearsy even went as far as suing Cypher, And with Cypher's pit mysteriously disappearing, it sure makes you wonder. On March 23rd, 2023, Fortnite released UEFN, instantly opening up a whole new world of possibilities for creative map makers. But while Fortnite thought they had made the rules crystal clear, it didn't take long for players to push the limits in ways no one expected. Within 24 hours of UEFN going live, maps were one-to-one exact copies of Call of Duty maps started popping up. And this was way more than just a problem. It was a full-on legal nightmare waiting to happen. Call of Duty maps are protected by copyright law, which made ripping them off straight up illegal. If Activision decided to take action, Fortnite could have been in serious trouble, so they wasted no time in banning the maps and cracking down hard. Since the launch of UEFN and the Creator Fund, map making has become potentially extremely profitable. But sadly, with the quote from Cypher PK,
when there's money involved, people sometimes get a little shady, and that is what I personally experienced.
Cypher PK and his team at Superjoy Studios have created some banger maps over the years. And for their next big project, Cypher had a goated idea. He noticed that maps with hero abilities were gaining popularity. So what a better way to let players have fun than with a red versus blue map. Having already gained experience creating superhero maps with Super City, Cypher and Superjoy crafted a total masterpiece. This map was insanely fun, and after a super successful launch day, Cypher went to bed a champion. But after he woke up, he was hit with a nasty surprise.
When I woke up this morning, I was completely shocked at what I saw.
Instead of seeing his map blowing up, he found someone had completely copied it, even stealing his exact thumbnail and tricking players into thinking the fake map was even his.
So obviously, his new map ended up getting more players than our map with the stolen thumbnail. He then even promoted this new map using my thumbnail that my team made in both of his top maps that have tens of thousands of players.
This was insane because not only is it against the rules, it's also illegal.
We're talking about actual theft.
Fortnite's rules are crystal clear. Creators must not promote enrollment in the military. So when the British military released a map called Operation Belong, it was met with huge backlash from the community. A spokesperson for the army argued that it wasn't meant to recruit, but to raise awareness. And while the map was fun, with code breaking, huge obstacle courses, and exciting parkour challenges, it clearly broke the rules. As such, it wasn't long before the project was completely dropped and vanished without a trace. If you're an OG Fortnite player, you might remember the mech. I mean, who could forget it? While they were an absolute nightmare in Battle Royale, they were actually super fun and creative.
Oh my god!
But in Chapter 2, Season 6, Fortnite made a shocking decision. Mechs were banned. Just like that, they were wiped from the game completely, leaving players that still loved using them in creative totally devastated. While most players had no choice but to move on, one creator refused. Mustard Plays. And he wouldn't just bring the mech back, he cooked something up totally insane, the likes of which nobody has ever seen before.
So now we have a fully drivable mech.
This thing was a monster,
Blow up the base over there.
packed with insane firepower. Fortnite had never seen destruction like this, and the community was absolutely mind blown. If there's one thing everybody in Fortnite wants, it's V-Bucks. So naturally, as soon as it became possible for people to earn money from creative, maps promising players free V-Bucks started popping up at an alarming rate. Fortnite acted quickly, changing the rules and banning any mention of V-Bucks. And this worked for a while, but it wasn't long before the scammers evolved. They started promoting free V-Bucks on other platforms. Meanwhile, videos were circulating on other platforms like YouTube, promising free V-Bucks for playing the maps. The edits were shockingly convincing, and the methods to claim free V-Bucks were long, confusing, and designed to trick players into staying on the map as long as possible, making the map maker even more money. Most of these maps got banned, but new ones pop up every day, so be careful. Did you know that there was a secret map that instantly unlocked Renegade Raider? And not just for that map, you got to keep it forever in your locker and use it in regular games. With the release of Fortnite OG Season 1, Fortnite shocked the world by bringing back OG Season Shop.
Oh my goodness gracious.
And with it came some of the rare skins in the game, including, you guessed it, Renegade Raider.
Oh my goodness, she's here!
The community was mind blown and couldn't wait to get their hands on a real OG skin.
Oh my gosh!
But there was a catch. Players needed an utterly insane amount of XP to unlock it. And that's where things got sketchy. Creative map makers spotted an opportunity and started cranking out XP glitch maps as fast as possible. While some were total scams that just wasted your time, a lot of them actually worked, letting players grind millions of XP in minutes. Unfortunately, to take advantage of this, players had to act fast. Fortnite wasn't having any of it and quickly started patching XP glitches, banning the maps, and even copyright striking YouTube channels that were promoting them. Some creators even had their entire channels deleted just for talking about these maps. In the end, Fortnite made one thing clear. If you want a Renegade Raider, you were gonna have to earn it the hard way. The longer players stayed on a map, the more money the creator makes. And some of the map makers will stop at nothing to keep you hooked. That's exactly what happened with this insane map. The YouTuber Oshfan stumbled across a mapping creative that seemed too good to be true. Curious, he jumped in, and what he found blew his mind.
No way. There's so many mythic items here.
The map was packed with crazy banned weapons, but here's where things got truly devious. Players had to save up a ridiculous amount of diamonds before they could even think about unlocking the vault to get them. So what happened to this map? Well, here's the good thing. Nobody knows for sure. No one was ever crazy enough to put in the nearly week-long grind to unlock the vault. But one thing's for sure, Fortnite's rules are crystal clear. They state the map makers have to keep out authentic, so that leaves us with two options. Either the vault loot was fake, a total scam designed to keep players on the map, which got it banned, or it actually had banned weapons, which, you guessed it, would also lead to a ban. Before the Zapatron was re-released in OG, most players would have done anything to get their hands on it. So when a red versus blue map popped up with the Zapatron in the thumbnail, the community went wild. But unfortunately, it turns out things weren't quite as they seemed. To unlock the Zapatron, players had to solve a tricky puzzle. First, they had to find out the secret code, then navigate a super confusing set of mystery doors. Finally, after solving the puzzle, the Zapatron was theirs. Or was it? Sadly, it turned out to be a total scam. Even though it looked like the Zapatron, it was actually just a reskinned railgun all along. Misleading players like this is a big no-no in Fortnite. So the creators were forced to remove every trace of their bogus Zapatron from the map and the thumbnail before facing a permanent ban. In Season 7, Fortnite introduced a brand new, totally game-changing feature, the block. Players could build their own POIs in creative, then submit the reactions to be featured on the Fortnite Battle Royale map. The first few maps that made it to the block were awesome, but opening it up to community submissions was always going to be risky. Sooner or later, something was bound to slip through the net. At first, Mysterious Mansion seemed like an eerie, well-designed location that fit right into the Fortnite world. But soon, players started noticing something absolutely outrageous that Fortnite should have never allowed. Reports started rolling in, and it wasn't long before Mysterious Mansion was gone. Fortnite wasted no time in banning the map and replacing it with Ginger J 91's epic treehouse themed creation. But to this day, players still wonder, how did Mysterious Mansion make it through in the first place? Want a free skin? Well, bad news. You're not getting one. But that hasn't stopped scammers from convincing thousands of players otherwise. Fortnite has strict rules against mentioning V-Bucks, the Battle Pass, real-world currency, or rewards. But where there are rules, there are loopholes. And some scammers will stop at nothing. They've turned to other platforms like YouTube, faking videos with edited reward screens designed to trick players into spending as much time as possible on their maps. Needless to say, but just in case, none of these maps are real. If you see someone promising you free skins, unless it's Fortnite themselves, it's almost certainly fake. And the people behind those maps, they're probably about to get banned any minute now. Our next map blew up almost overnight, becoming one of the most popular of all time, peaking at over 400,000 players. But here's the crazy part. Steal the Brain Rot is almost an exact copy of the Roblox map Steal a Brain Rot. Normally Fortnite bans stuff like this instantly, but this one somehow is still here. The creators say they got permission from the original Roblox devs, but a lot of players are super suspicious. And the longer it stays up, the scarier the question gets. If Fortnite is letting full-on Roblox clones survive, what's next? We could be witnessing the start of a brain rot tsunami, powerful enough to swallow Battle Royale whole and wipe it off the map for good. If you guys enjoyed this video, you'll definitely enjoy the next one. Thank you for watching. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe.